script. / get a random number from 0 to side. Now that we have all the pieces, let's combine them to make one script. / get a random number from 0 to size var get random number equals function size return math.floor math.random size / calculate distance between click event and target varget distance equals function event target var diff x equals event.offset x target x var diff y equals event.offset y target y return math.sqrt diff x diff x diff y diff y / get a string representing the distance varget distance at int equals function distance if distance return boiling hot else if distance return really hot else if distance return hot else if distance return warm else if distance return cold else if distance return really cold else return freezing / set up our variables var width equals 400 var height equals 400 var clicks equals 0 / create a random target location var target equals x get random number width y get random number int. In this chapter, you used your new event handling skills to create a game. You also learned about the img element, which can be used to add images to a web page. Finally, you learned how to measure the distance between 2 points using JavaScript. In the next chapter, we'll learn about object-oriented programming, which will give us more tools for organizing our code. Here are a few ways you could change the game and add more features. 1. Increasing the playing area. You could make the game harder by increasing the size of the playing area. How would you make it 800 pixels wide by 800 pixels tall? 2. Adding more messages. Try adding some extra messages to display to the player like really cold. And modify the distances to make the game your own. 3. Adding a click limit. Add a limit to the number of clicks and show the message game over if the player exceeds this limit. 4. Displaying the number of remaining clicks. Show the number of remaining clicks as an extra piece of text after the distance display so the player knows if they're about to lose. Chapter 4 discussed JavaScript objects collections of keys paired with values. In this chapter, we'll look at ways to create and use objects as we explore object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming is a way to design and write programs so that all of the program's important parts are represented by objects. For example, when building a racing game, you could use object-oriented programming techniques to represent each car as an object and then create multiple car objects that share the same properties and functionality. In Chapter 4, you learned that objects are made up of properties, which are simply pairs of keys and values. For example, in the following code the object dog represents a dog with the properties name, legs, and is awesome. Var dog equals name pancake, legs 4, is awesome true. Once we create an object, we can access its properties using dot notation discussed in accessing values and objects. For example, here is how we could access the name property of our doc object. dog.name. Pancake. We can also use dot notation to add properties to a JavaScript object, like this. Doc.age equals 6. This adds a new key value pair age6 to the object, as you can see below. Doc. Object. Name. Pancake. Legs 4. Is awesome. True. Age 6. In the preceding example, we created several properties with different kinds of values saved to them as string pancake. Numbers 4 and 6, and a boolean true. In addition to strings, numbers, and booleans, you can save a function as a property inside an object. When you save a function as a property in an object, that property is called a method. In fact, we've already used several built-in JavaScript methods, like the join method on arrays and the toUpperCase method on strings. Now let's see how to create our own methods. One way to add a method to an object is with dot notation. For example, we could add a method called bark to the dog object like this. Dog.bark equals function. Console.log woof woof. My name is this dot name. Dog.bark. Woof woof. My name is Pancake. And we add a property to the dog object called bark and assign a function to it. And, inside this new function, we use console.log to log woof woof. My name is Pancake. Notice that the function uses this dot name, which retrieves the value saved in the object's name property. Let's take a closer look at how this keyword works. This being called. For example, when you call the bark method on the dog object, this refers to the dog object, so this dot name refers to dog.name. This keyword makes methods more versatile, allowing you to add the same method to multiple objects and have it access the properties of whatever object it's currently being called on. Speak. Different animals. When speak is called on an object, it will use the object's name, this dot name. And the sound the animal makes, this dot sound. To log a message. Var speak equals function. Console.log these dot sound. My name is this dot name. Now let's create another object so we can add speak to it as a method. Var cat equals sound meow, name mittens. Speak speak. Here we create a new object called cat with sound, name, and speak properties. We set the speak property at and assign it the speak function we created earlier. Now cat.speak is a method that we can call by entering cat.speak. Since we used this keyword in the method, when we call it on cat, it will access the cat object's properties. Let's see that now. Cat.speak. Meow. My name is Mittens. When we call the cat.speak method, it retrieves two properties from the cat object, this dot sound, which is meow, and this dot name, which is mittens. We can use the same speak function as a method in other objects too. Var pig equals sound oink, name Charlie, speak speak. Var horse equals sound name, name Marie, speak speak. Pig.speak. Oink. My name is Charlie. Speak. But if you have lots of methods for objects, adding the same methods to each object individually can become annoying, and it can make your code messy, too. Just imagine if you needed a whole zoo full of 100 animal objects and you wanted each to share a set of 10 methods and properties. JavaScript object constructors offer a better way to share methods and properties between objects. As well, see next.